Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be building some arrows in the, I guess you'd call it the Aero Lab. So super excited for this build today. Just got some boning product in, and we're going to slap some vanes and some arrow wraps on the EASTON 5.0 high velocities. Super excited. This is going to be my hunting arrow this year. A little bit heavier, but not not too heavy. These also have the outsert with them. Let me get everything out of here if I can. Okay, so we're done with that package. We can just throw that over there. Like I said, the Easton 5.0 high velos, super good arrow, match grade. These arrows are super straight, and like I said, they're going to be a little bit heavier than my Sonics that I shot for tack and turkey and stuff like that, but still not too heavy. Like I said, and we can go through these components as I'm putting them on, but they've got like the half out, and then you've got your inserts here. Got your half out there. So we can go ahead and get these cut, and then we'll get our vanes slapped on there and all that. So I've already got my saw preset for what I'm cutting them. I think I'm cutting 27 inches. My draw length is 28, so it just leaves a little bit there. I want it just far enough so I'm not cutting my hand with a broadhead. I don't want it too far on the riser. But let's turn the saw on and get to cutting. Alright, so we got a dozen of these 5.0s cut. Cool thing about Easton, they send you this little squaring block. All you're going to do is take that, take it here, and it just squares the end of that off. Takes a little bit of time, makes your arrow builds a little bit longer, but I think it's worth it. You want everything to sit flush. I don't spin it a whole lot because, you'll eat at your carbon if you do it. A whole lot, but it is nice to do. Make sure everything sits how it's supposed to. Alright, so we've got those squared. We're going to move to fletching. I guess technically we need to put our wraps on first. So we've got boning wraps here. So let's get to putting some wraps on arrows. Alright, so now it is time to fletch these. So we're gonna get our fletcher out here, get our boning alpha vanes, and yeah, we're going to. So I'm doing 2 orange, 1 white vane. It's kind of what I'm rolling with. Pretty excited about this color. So get these set out here. What I tend to do, I just grab a handful of vanes, pop them out. We'll grab a handful of these. Set those out. Get my glue. Alright, we should be good to start fletching some of these. So, let's do it. going to be what our arrow looks like. Got the Bohning Alpha vanes. I've actually ran these vanes throughout pretty much the whole spring and summer, turkey season, tack, everything, and I've loved these new vanes Bohning came out with. These are 3-inch vanes, and I've really liked them. But yeah, so we got the orange and white going. Should be able to see them hopefully. When you miss like me, you got to be able to find them. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and put the insert and hit collar on here to speed up the process. To set and fletch 6 or 12 arrows, you need some music and some coffee or something because it takes a while. But anyways, that is the vane and wrap portion. So let's move on to the collars and the hit inserts. Okay, so now we got a paper towel. We're going to, oops, get that in there. Make sure we get plenty of glue. And then we're going to take this, shove it down in there, and wipe that off. I like to set them right here just for a second, let any excess glue run down, and then we're going to throw our collar on, and that is going to be a complete build of the Easton 5.0s. So pretty simple. I'm super excited for this build, especially for whitetails, mule deer, everything like that. I think it's going to do good. We'll weigh it here in a second and figure out what our total grains are, but I think it's going to be around 400 is what I'm guessing. But if it's a little south of that, that's fine. If it's a little north of that, that's fine too. But so we let that run down for a second. So from here, we're going to just take this arrow and we're going to dab some glue on the end of it. Just like that. Then we're going to run this down, wipe it off, clean any excess glue off down there. Okay, and then actually you can take your fill points and one of these out here. These premium points from Bohning are awesome. They have the O-ring in them, so you can actually go ahead and run that and tighten your field point in there like that, so it sets that collar how it's supposed to be. And there you go. So let's go and let's weigh this arrow. Okay. All right, so here we got our scale. Let's figure out what these weigh. So grains, here we go. Right. All right, we are shooting 380 grains, 100 grains up front. Like I said, a little on the lighter side, but I shoot a little on the lighter side. I like to stay within 20 grains of 400. So if I'm 380, I like that. If I'm 420, that's fine with me too. That's a little bit heavier, but this is my arrow of choice. And like I said, I like to stay around 400. So super excited. That is the Easton 5.0 build. And I can't wait to get out and shoot these things because I think they're going to fly awesome and they're going to penetrate really well. So prayer with the rec broadhead, they're going to do some damage this fall. So that is the EASTON 5.0 build. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, we've got more arrows to build, but I don't think I want to stay around for another hour to watch those. So anyways, until next time, keep seeking.